Good afternoon, everyone. We hope that you guys are having an awesome day so far. My name is Kristen and I'm the Education Director here at Sea Turtle Inc. We are really excited because we were not supposed to do a Facebook Live today, but we kind of got an impromptu, exciting day happening here on South Padre, and we wanted to share some of what we are doing with you guys. So I am back out on the beach at our corral. It's really hard for me to see my phone, so I'm going to spin my camera around so you guys can see exactly where I'm standing. I am in the dunes outside of our corral. We have had a ton of nesting here on South Padre Island today, so we're really excited. I see some of you hopping on. If you do have any questions, go ahead and type them into the comment box. But like I said, we are outside of our hatchery and we have had a lot of nesting action here on our beaches. So I'm going to zoom in here really quickly so you guys can see this picture that is on our sign. That picture on the right-hand side is a Kemp's Ridley sea turtle. Now, if you guys connected with us yesterday for our Facebook Live, we talked all about this awesome species. This is the type of turtle that we see nesting here on our beaches. And that picture on the right is exactly what we saw today with our staff that was out on the beach looking for mamas. So I apologize if that fencing was there in y'all's line of sight. The little picture on the left-hand side are Kemp's Ridley sea turtle hatchlings. So I'm gonna make my way into our corral. Yeah, I see a lot of you saying that you're really excited. We're super pumped too. It's a really windy day here on South Padre, and this weather is exactly what the Kemp's Ridleys like nesting in. They are daytime nesters, which is unique compared to other species of sea turtles. So one benefit that they have is nesting on really windy days, because that wind does blow away their tracks in the sand, and that makes them a lot safer from predators. So we are back with our conservation team. We have Emma down here in the front, and then Mariana, our conservation coordinator, in the back, and they are digging some holes in the sand, like you guys will see with Emma here. She's gonna be measuring that to make sure it is the right depth before those little eggs get put into our corral to incubate. So if you guys do have any questions, go ahead and type them into the comment bar. I apologize, it is super hard for me to see my camera with all the glare right now, but I will try and answer all the questions that I see come in. So one question from Ray is, what sea turtles do you see around there? So here on South Padre Island, we do primarily get Kemp's Ridley sea turtles, that come up to lay their eggs. On occasion, we also see green sea turtles and loggerheads. But the Gulf of Mexico actually is home to 5 different species of turtles. Here in the Rio Grande Valley, the most common species that you're gonna see are juvenile green sea turtles. And that has to do with our bay. There's lots of seagrass out there, so these areas off the coast of Texas are their foraging grounds. All right, a question coming in from Judy. How many do you place in a home is the question. I'm assuming what you're asking is how many go in a hole in the sand. So if our nests are over 100 eggs, we do split them, because we have found that their incubation, that we have a higher success rate. But these nests that you guys are looking at, the one that Emma is burying is actually going to be split. That is a nest that had 100 eggs. And then the nest in the back that Mariana is burying, that is a nest that had 84. I see some people tuning in. Ooh, across the big pond in Europe. Awesome. Thank you, Robin, for tuning in today. I'm always excited to see where you guys are tuning in from. And I see someone commented, you guys enjoyed the squid dissection. I'm so glad that you had fun with that. We did too. Okay, I see a question coming in from Betty in South Dakota, and she's asking what kind of eggs these are, what species of turtle, and they are Kemp's Ridley sea turtles. Here you guys will see Emma putting eggs in this nest cavity. So if you guys make a circle with your fingers like this, that is about the size of a sea turtle egg. It's about the size of a ping pong ball, and it can fit right in the palm of your hand. You guys can see that there in front of the camera. Yeah, some of you are commenting you can't wait for the hatchlings. We can't either. That's always the most exciting time here on the island. Somebody from Connecticut, Anita, saying that it is damp and drizzly and cold up north. Well, you're going to be really jealous of us. I'm going to pan around the corral so you can see the weather. It is a beautiful day here on South Padre Island, super windy. A question from Steph. Theo wants to know how long the incubation period is. So these eggs will stay in the sand for about 45 to 60 days, depending. It does vary. Sometimes we see at the start of the season the eggs incubate a little bit longer than they do later on, but it'll be right there in that month-and-a-half period. And a question coming in from Jessica, when will Sea Turtle Inc. be open to the public? That is a really good question that I do not have the answer for you. Unfortunately, we are adhering to all the guidelines that have been put in place by Cameron County. So we are just waiting for the go-ahead. I know things throughout Texas are starting to open. And that is one thing that we want you guys to keep in mind if you do choose to come to South Padre. As many locals know, the beaches have been open access to the public, but they have protocols in place: social distancing, wearing masks. We were out on the beach earlier today collecting these nests, and we noticed that there were a ton of people not doing that. So if you do choose to come to the island to enjoy the beach, please make sure that you're adhering to those protocols that are put in place by the county. We know that it can be a pain. Nobody wants to do it, but they are just trying to keep us safe. So keep that in mind. Question coming in from Betty, where did these eggs come from? These nests were laid all on South Padre Island. Our beach extends pretty far north, about 25 miles or so. So these were about, from where we are standing right here in the city limits, within the northern 10 miles from where I'm at is where all these nests were found. How long does nesting season last? Nesting season here on South Padre Island will go until about late June, early July, give or take, and then we will have babies hatching until mid-August, depending on when we get our last nest. Another question coming in is, how often do you check on the nest? During hatching season, we will be out here every single day monitoring these nests to see if the babies are emerging, and if they are, we will come and release them. This time of year, we come out here to make sure that the sand is at the appropriate level that it should be, but later on in the season, we will be monitoring these areas 24/7. Good questions, guys. If you guys do have any other questions, feel free to type them in the comment bar. I know a lot of you are tuning in today. We appreciate your support so much, and all the support that you guys have given us. It has helped us tremendously in caring for our turtles and running our conservation program. So thank you guys for everything that you are doing during these hard times to help support Sea Turtle Inc. So Emma is about to bury the second half of her nest here. She's making sure that that temperature is, or I'm sorry, the temperature. She's making sure that depth is the right depth that it should be. A question coming in is if we've had more nests since the beaches were closed. So honestly, right around shelter in place, that was right at the start of nesting season. So we're kind of just getting into the swing of things. So I wouldn't say that it affected nesting too much, but the turtles that have come up, they have been less impacted by humans since there's not people out there. Question coming in, can people volunteer? Yes, we do take volunteers for Sea Turtle Inc. Our volunteer coordinator's name is Mary Duncan, and she has all the information on our website. You guys would not be volunteering in this corral. This is only staff, people that are on our permits, but when our facility is open to the public again, there are a lot of options for volunteering if you guys want to help us out in that way. Heather is asking how many turtles actually make it after hatching, and that is a good question. It's estimated that about 1 in 1,000 hatchlings will actually make it to adulthood, so not very many, which is why we work so hard doing everything that we do to protect as many nests as we can here on South Padre. The Kemp's Ridley is one of the most endangered species of sea turtle in the world, so we're trying to do our part here to make sure that those numbers can start going back up. Good question from Steph. How many nests we have so far? So let's see, I don't want to take away too much thunder because we are going to be doing an entire Facebook Live all about our nesting season update. Like I said, this was just an impromptu Facebook since we were out here in our corral. But I will say today, so far, as of about 45 minutes ago, we have gotten 8 nests. So that's not saying that's all there's going to be today. It is still really windy. It's really early, so there is a chance that we might have more mamas coming up to lay their eggs. And then, yes, a question from Judy. Can we adopt a hatchling now? Yes, you can. If you guys want to support our conservation program, all of that information can be found on our website at seaturtleinc.org. So you guys can adopt a hatchling. It is a symbolic adoption, so you won't be able to take that sea turtle hatchling home with you. But that money does go to help protect this iconic species and support our conservation program. All right, I'm only going to stay on for a little while longer because we want to make sure we get back out on the beach in case there are more mamas coming up to lay their eggs. But if you guys do have more questions, feel free to type them in the comment bar and I will try and answer them if I see them come up. So one thing we have not shown you guys so far is how we dig these nest cavities. So a question from Melissa, are you putting the eggs in the nest? How many eggs are in there? Good question, yes. So we are, here in Texas, we actually relocate all of our nests because our beaches are open road, which means people can drive up and down as much as they want to. And like I said earlier, the Kemp's Ridley is one of the most endangered species. We want to protect as many of them as we can. So these nests all varied. One nest had 100 eggs, one had 84. So they the Kemp's Ridleys will lay about 100 eggs per nest. And yes, to Anita, she asked if the wind encourages them to come up. They always nest on, or not always, but typically they like to nest on really windy days because it helps protect them from predators. It blows away their scent in the sand and their tracks, so it makes it a lot harder to find those nests. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys will see Mariana now. She just dug this nest cavity. If you guys look at your arm, from your elbow all the way to the ends of your fingers, that is about how deep these nest cavities are in the sand. And then for those of you that hopped on a little late, and you missed this part, that the Kemp's Ridley eggs will be about the size of a ping pong ball. So if you guys make a circle like that, that's about the size of a Kemp's Ridley egg. You can fit them in the palm of your hand. Thank you guys so much for supporting us during this pandemic. Again, we appreciate you guys so much. We love how many of you are hopping on to learn about sea turtles during these Facebook Lives. Hopefully, everybody cross your fingers and we will get some more nesting mamas today. I'm gonna make my way out of our corral and take you guys out to see the beach because I know a lot of you are still stuck at home, especially those of you that are up north, those of you that are having not the greatest weather right now. All right, so again, we are going to be doing a Facebook Live tomorrow. Rachel will be back with us and she's going to be talking all about our fish. And we have a little surprise for you guys that's going to happen tomorrow too. So tune in if you guys want to learn about the fish that we have in our tanks at Sea Turtle Inc. And here is our beach. You guys will see our patrol vehicle that we are using for the day. And you guys will see that there are a lot of people out on the island right now, enjoying the beaches, enjoying the water. Like we said earlier, if you guys do choose to come to the island to hang out on the beach, please adhere to Cameron County's regulations that they have put in place because that is for our protection. I'm gonna spin my camera back around so you guys can see me one more time. Thank you guys so much. Whoops, sorry, there we go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this afternoon. If you do have more questions, feel free to type them in the comment bar and I will try and go back and answer as many of them as we can. If you guys do find a turtle while you are here on the island, please call our stranding phone number. We are gonna list that number in the description of this video. That is if it is a turtle that has come up to lay her eggs or a turtle that is dead or sick or injured. We respond to all of those calls. So please give us a call if you guys spot a turtle and you happen to be here on South Padre. Thank you guys so much and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Bye guys.